It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wah, 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 do-wah.
You hear that? That's the swinging jazz sounds of Shannon, Gunn, and the Bullets right here in Studio A. Washington Full Circle starts right now.
Do-wah, 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 do-wah. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Every kiss, every hug seems to act just like a drug. You're getting to be a habit with me, dear. Let me stay in your arms, I'm addicted to your charms. Getting to be a habit with me. I used to think your love was something that I could take or leave alone. But now I couldn't do without my supply. I need you for my own. Oh, I can't break away. I must have you every day, as regularly as coffee or tea. You've got me in your clutches and I can't break free. Getting to be a habit with me. Can't break it. Getting to be a habit with me. You did the bobby, but lay Boba, you do but up, baby, baby, some button, dee, look by at a boba, but with lay, but up, boba, do bobby. Boop. act just like a drug. You're a habit with me. Let me stay in your arms. You're getting to be a habit with me. I used to think your love was something that I could take or leave alone. But now I couldn't do without my supply. I need you for my own. No, I can't break away. I must have you every day, as regularly as coffee or tea. You've got me in your clutches and I can't break free. You're getting to be a habit with me. Can't shake it. You're getting to be. You're getting to be. Every kiss and every hug. These things seem to act just like a drug. You're getting to be. You're getting to be. You're getting to be a habit with me.
When we heard about an all-female orchestra playing jazz scene in D.C. area, we just had to have them on. Hello and welcome to Washington Full Circle. I'm Furman Patterson. You have been listening to Shannon, Gunn, and the Bullets. And Shannon, I want to talk to you in just a minute, but stay with us. We'll be right back with Washington Full Circle. And welcome back to Washington Full Circle. Today's musical guest is Shannon Gunn and the Bullets. Thank you so much. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, first of all, we usually think of jazz, we think of men. We think of men, we think of the women in front singing.
Right.
But you've done something completely different here.
Right.
You've done an all-girl jazz band, except for one fella today.
Well, one guy subbing in today. Yeah.
Now, you do a large orchestra and smaller ones?
Yeah. We have a full, 16-piece big band. And then we can also bring it down to a septet with 3 horns in front, or we sometimes go down even smaller than that if we need to, like today.
When did the jazz bug bite you? How early did this fascination with jazz and music start?
Well, I've always played in the jazz bands at high school and college, and I really started to take it seriously once I started teaching, kind of got in the rhythm of teaching, and then I started, going out and listening, and I played in a community big band, and then I just decided to go full force and get a master's and really work toward it.
And you've been playing all over the D.C. area.
Yeah.
Bohemian Caverns, I think, is one of your regular hangouts.
Yeah, I play there every Monday night. I'm there, as well as Tuesday nights I play at Columbia Station, and then with this band wherever I can book them.
Right. And so you not only play, I think early on when you started the group, you produced a CD
Yes,
right
I
off
did.
the bat.
Yeah, we were really lucky. I had a lot of friends that wanted to see this happen, and so I put the word out, and I started a Kickstarter campaign, and we raised $1,500 on Kickstarter, and that funded the first album, and then we did an album release in Annandale, and I'm very thankful for everybody who supported us from the beginning. So we started off with a bang, no pun intended, and then we just have continued to perform throughout DC, and specifically we like to play for the Washington Women in Jazz Festival, which is held in March of every year, and we've been very thankful to be allowed to play with that ensemble for that festival as well.
Now, how did you create such a large group of women who played jazz music?
Actually, it's really cool. I have some really nice people in this band who will do me favors. And so I sat down, I took Lee Pilzer out to coffee back in 2010. And I said, because I noticed that she played with the Smithsonian Jazz Masterworks Orchestra, and I also knew that we had Jen Krupa, who's played with me before in town. And so I asked Lee, I said, do you know any female musicians? Do you think we could put this together? You know, and I was just kind of picking her brain with, okay, who lives in this area? Because I wanted to start a big band, but I wanted it to be different from anything else in the town. And there's already like 15 big bands. So I thought, you know, we have so much talent in this town and we have so many amazing players. Wouldn't it be cool if we could just try to put this together? And then like I said, I had a bunch of people who were kind of you know, egging me on it. They were like, yeah, you should do that. Just go for it. So Lee helped me with a lot of names, and we got started off in 2011, and then we just continued on since then.
And of course, the name.
Shannon Gunn, get it? Bullets, Gunn, Bullets.
Okay, so you didn't just take this as a hobby. You actually studied serious music at school. Tell us about that.
Well, I went to I got my master's at George Mason University in 2011 in jazz studies, and I think I learned a lot on the street, just hanging out at the jazz jams and trying to put my own leader gigs together. So yeah. It's constant education. It never ends. Constant practice.
Now, as a jazz player, who is your idol? Who did you listen to? Who do you think is just the best?
Well, I mean, right now I am really digging Slide Hampton and all of his arrangements. Props to him and Dexter Gordon and all the amazing, you know, just really straight ahead swinging stuff from the 60s and 50s. I love it. Producer-wise, my hero is Quincy Jones, and I really just, I mean, he was a musician and he was playing in all the big bands when it just got started, you know, in the 40s, when it was just, you know, everybody was playing 7 shows a day. He was in that scene, and then he took it into a new direction, and then he also, you know, produced other things as well, so he really is my idol as well.
You know, I'm a film buff, and my first introduction to an all-girls band was in a movie, an old movie with Marilyn Monroe and Tony Curtis. It was called Some Like It Hot, and there was an all-girl jazz band. It was a comedy, a great film. Anyway, so that I started getting into that years ago. But finally, before we hear another number, tell us what's the most important thing that you want people to come away from when they see an all-girl band like this?
Well, just that there's really not a lot of difference in sound. It's just trying to get everybody together and bringing people out of the woodwork and trying to just, you know, make a community of jazz and encourage women in jazz, especially, is what we want to do.
Well, I'm going to encourage you to do another song.
Okay,
let's go over and you can hit it again.
All right, thank you.
And welcome back to Washington Full Circle and the swinging jazz sounds of Shannon Gunn and the Bullets. We've learned so much about the group today, the band today. But Shannon, I want you to briefly introduce everyone so that people know.
Well, we have Leanna Gecker on the piano and Lee Pilzer on the baritone saxophone. This is Lydia Lewis on drums. Sean Simon is subbing in on bass today for us. And you heard earlier Jessica Boykin-Settles on the vocals, and I'm Shannon Gunn.
Excellent. Shannon, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to let you take us out with one more performance number. So hit it.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Bye.